Hey everyone, and welcome back to Wizbit's Random Gaming, and today I'm just going to be dropping a small bonus video. Some of you may have seen that I recently ventured out of London and I went down to the Black Country gaming market, which was a fantastic day in itself, a great day with good people, and I managed to pick up some really good deals on the day. But whilst I was in the area, one of my friends, James, who picked me up from the station and was a great host throughout the entire day. We popped into his house on the way home, and I grabbed a little bit of footage of his game room. Now I've put it together just to give you some kind of tour of his game room. So yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it. James has got some fantastic items and he has made some really good use of the space that he has. It's not the biggest games room that you'll ever see, but what he's got in there, he absolutely uses the space so well. From what I've been told, his room has been changed massively since, and that doesn't surprise me because James is constantly evolving what he is setting out to do with his games room. But yeah, James, great guy, been a real supporter of the channel pretty much from day one, and yeah, thank you so much, James. I was a little bit pushed for time, so I hope that this tour comes across okay. I wanted to get some footage talking to him before the actual video tour that I'm about to show you, and maybe a little bit at the end. And I did plan on sitting down talking to James when we ventured to the London gaming market recently. However, James was unable to attend through no fault of his own, so that kind of went out the window. However, I will be going back down there at some point. I've got a lot of trips planned for all over the UK, hopefully this year. So hopefully I will get an updated room tour. But for now, let me show you James's game room, and I'm sure you're going to find it just as impressive as I do. Without further ado, enjoy.
Anyway, so before we kick off the game room tour, if you happen to like this kind of content, please take the time to consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a like, give us a share, hit that bell notification so you know as and when I'm going to be uploading new content. It's really helpful to the channel and only takes a minute of your time. Now straight away here we see one of these Evercade Alphas. I really like those machines. Initially I wasn't a fan, but now seeing it in person and playing it, I'm starting to think I might need to buy one. Now as you can see here up on the wall, we've got some real classic Mega Drive titles here. We've got the Street Fighter games, we've got Cannon Fodder, Earthworm Jim, we've got some Mortal Kombat. There's some real classic games in amongst the set here. Maximum Carnage there, that is a heavy hitter on the Mega Drive. I love the soundtrack to that game. Probably not my favourite Mega Drive game, but I still like it nevertheless. Splatterhouse 3 there as well, alongside Splatterhouse 2. Splatterhouse are definitely some of my favourite 16-bit era type games. Now as you can see there, you got the EA yellow spines as well. And a really good selection of PlayStation 5 control pads we've got going on here. Now these two NES sets here, I'm not sure if the video is going to do it justice, but seeing these in person, the deluxe set and the Turtles set, they are absolutely mint, in fantastic condition. Now look at this, we've got a nice little Sega versus Nintendo kind of homage here from James in his room. It's a temporary setup. He did tell me he's working on more signage, but look at this, some real great items in there. As you can see, pretty much everything you need from that era of Nintendo, and on the left hand side the same with Sega. Now, I didn't get to have a go on this, and I actually regret it. The Star Wars digital pinball machine looks really nice. Now, who remembers the Virtual Boy? Well, I'm sure you all remember it, but who actually played one? Now, I'm not the biggest N64 fan, but I do want to get one of those crystal types. Now, this Mortal Kombat 2 machine here is fully loaded. It's been modded to play thousands of other games, so it's not just limited to what you get out of the box. This is James' main playing area. We've got the Retron 5 there. Nice and easy. Put your cartridges in. Don't have to have everything set up in one go. Now, I do believe everything you see here on the PlayStation 4 is James's sealed section. So if I remember rightly, he was telling me everything you see here is still sealed and won't be getting open anytime soon. Now, these PlayStation sleeves have become quite collectible in the last few months, and they're going for some crazy money online. I can see why. They're really nice. Not for me. I'm going to steer clear of that one. That's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. James has also got some amazing statue type models in his room as well, as you can see here. And that Ryu, you might remember him if you're a regular YouTube viewer, used to be situated in Retro Ghettos 3.0. That Venom and Spider-Man. Now, I'm not a big lover of these kind of models. Well, I love them, but I just don't have the room for them. But that one, if I found that at the right price, I'd be buying that. That Afterburner arcade type LCD game there. The box is pretty much worth more than the game, believe it or not. Now, let's head over to James's PS2 heavy hitting cabinet here. You can see Gun Club, A Rule of Rose, Kuon, as we call it with James, Car Park Kuon. Some real great games there. And I love the Castlevania Shrine as well. Castlevania, one of my favourite franchises. Now, apologies for the camera work here, but we've got the Ultimate Spider-Man edition. Absolutely beautiful collector's edition, that one is. Now, we've got a few graded games down here as well. James did go down a path of going for some graded games at one point. It's not something he's continuing with, but he did get some in there. Now, James was showing me this is his main gaming chair, and I had a quick sit down in this, and it's even more comfortable than it looked. Now, the kiosk looks really nice here, and the sign that you see on it is made by the same person, Kev, that came up with this amazing device here for your Nintendo Game Boy games. Formerly a Zippo holder, and we are working, well, James is working rather, on getting the Zippo thing changed over, but what an amazing piece nevertheless. Right here, you got the PlayStation 2 television, something I do really want to pick up myself. I've walked away from a few deals in the past when trying to buy one of these. Some people do try to sell them for really extortionate prices, but if I find one that I think is a reasonable price, it's definitely coming home with me. Now, this sign that you see on the kiosk was also made by our friend Kev. Goes straight on the kiosk really nicely. Perfect fit, and it wasn't actually made for that kiosk. It's just coincidence. What a piece of luck. Some real bangers in here from the NES. And Low G, man, really stands out. And it's a really underrated game. Some great SNES stuff, as you can see there. Also some N64 as well. There's Kratos just chilling out. We've got the Jaguar here. And Rob the Robot, something I really want to pick up myself. I absolutely love Rob. It's so iconic. Now those two original Super Nintendo control pads, still boxed, and they are in great condition, let me tell you. The Tower of Power from Sega here. And look, randomly, a Sega Nomad. What a great idea the Nomad was. Probably a little bit too late in the Mega Drive's life cycle, and probably a little bit ahead of its time, in all honesty. Now this is a very random piece. The Nintendo DS station here, where you could, in Japan I believe, you could literally go here with blank cartridges and download games onto your cartridge. Not something you're going to be using at home, but wow, what a piece to have in the bedroom. We've got a full collection, I believe, here of the PlayStation 3 HD games. Now, one of the things I was quite impressed with in James's collection is that it's definitely pretty much all killer and no filler in here. James has got an overflow in the next room of what I would probably consider to be filler. Now, I love that Driver Special Edition there. Really nice piece. And one you don't see boxed too often. And in not that kind of condition anyway. Now, James is a big fan of Doom and old school WWF. So as you can see here, he's created his own little shrine for those two franchises. This is a really nice Star Wars piece here for all you Star Wars fans out there. Doesn't come across on the camera, but it does have a light that turns on. And then we've got the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas soundtrack. James did tell me it is missing one CD, but wow, these are getting very pricey to find out and about. Now, it might not come across on the camera too well, and that's probably down to the PlayStation 2's very bland spines, but there's some killers in here, some real banging games. Now, Haunting Ground is one that I'm looking to pick up soon myself. I did get a good offer on that recently. I turned it down. It just wasn't the right time. Hopefully, the person that offered me that still got it in the near future, as it's a game I really would like to pick up. Now, that Sub-Zero game on the PlayStation 1, not a great game, but it's very rare now and quite expensive. Now this is possibly the coolest piece in the entire room. The WrestleMania front row seat here that James has got. Now I had this sent over direct from America, and I had a quick sit down in this chair, and believe me, it's a lot more comfortable than it actually looks. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed James's game room as much as I did. I think it's fantastic. What he's done with the space is really, really creative, and he's constantly changing. So when I go down to his house in the near future, I'll probably be doing a more in-depth game room tour, hopefully anyway, and we'll catch up with him so that he can have a chat and tell you how he picked up such items. There's a lot of interesting stories. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.